like I'm giving you.
Okay. Live a little bit ahead of time on accident. So let me get myself in gear. I apologize. Today on the Sidekick Mastermind, we are going to talk about personal study. I think personal study is one of the most important things. And that is why I spend my days in personal study. YouTube for starting prematurely. Okay. I apologize. I almost got it all going. Hello, and welcome to this Thursday, August 1st, 2019 episode of the Sidekick Mastermind. Now, today's episode is about learning and growing by following your curiosity. And in doing so, I want you to think about personal study. And when I say personal study, I mean personal study of human needs for harmonious happiness. And it sounds a little goofy, but you want to have harmony in your human needs. You want to have harmony between living, working, playing, loving, learning, and paying it forward. So that harmonious happiness is something that has to be developed through the design of cities and villages and how people interact with each other. So I've taken my own personal study of human needs and city design, and that's how I've developed this live, work, play, love, learn, pay it forward system. And then I've taken and basically put it to the test over the last few years. I've taken my own life and said, okay, these are the things that I want. You know, I want a happy hero soulmate. And I found my wife. She came into my life and has been the most amazing gift. And so I wrote that in 2015. And the summer of 2015, 2015 was probably the hardest year of my life. I was literally admitted into the psych ward like 5 times. And I don't say that as a bragging. I'm saying that because I was in so much struggle that year that I literally would get out of the psych ward and just could not deal with life, and literally was trying to end it within days of getting out, because they're like, you know, we can't do anything for you. I was trying to do other things, and then other people are like, you're not dealing with things well. And I'm like, yeah, but I have to get my life in order. And you know, people were withholding things from me. And so then I was struggling with the fear of loss, and it was bad. 2015, thinking back, I'm just reminded of it because of the happy hero soulmate. I remember when I first wrote that out. That's what I was looking for. And I just got a call, so I got booted again. This is crazy. My technical difficulties. Okay, so I don't know. Okay, I apologize. I completely lost my frame of thought. I forgot to put do not disturb, and of course I was disturbed. And it was Comcast calling, which is an important part of city design. So in human happiness, human needs, we need to be able to communicate. And if our communication is cut off, it's amazing the difference in the universe for you between having high-speed internet and not having high-speed internet. If you have the technology, it's amazing the things that you can do. And it's amazing how little you can do after you lose those things. So I've been making these podcasts daily. If I lose my Comcast internet, then I can't do these daily. To be able to put this out there, I could technically probably go somewhere, upload, I could schedule it out, but it would be considerably more work. I've done it this way because it's building upon. And that's what I've had to do with these habits of living, working, playing, loving, learning, paying it forward. So that's the base. That's the base for harmonious happiness. But then I had to say, okay, well, how do you work to solve problems and serve others with passion? What if you can't find a job? What if you're on your own path? Well, how do you do that? You start with an inspiration. And that inspiration should inspire you to innovate to solve problems and serve others using your passion. Then you create a raving fan experience around this innovation. After that, you say, well, what do I need to continue to improve this and make it better and keep delivering it to the customer? Or if you haven't delivered it to the customer, how do I get it to my first customer? That's resourcefulness. You come up with a simple business model to make buying easy, and then you celebrate the milestones as they come along. You use the best tool for the job, and sometimes the best tool is what you have available, resourcefulness. It goes back to resourcefulness. And then you have the 8 core commitments that are daily. They're, habits, really. And I've been building this up with these podcasts. I've been doing reading daily. I've been listening to audio daily. And then I'm either creating content or documenting daily. I'm marketing by putting out on Facebook and YouTube. And now if I just pay $30 on my pages, I can literally target 2,000 people at a time. Up to 2,000 people. And it can go, more expensive. It just depends on what exactly I'm going to do. But my point is that I'm building this content up, building it up, putting it on these platforms, an anchor. And then once I really pull the trigger on marketing, really build up that habit, because I needed to get all this content. This content is marketing, but I needed to add piece by piece. First anchor, then Facebook, then YouTube. I'm only in the first week of YouTube. Next week is going to be really marketing. Coach and be coached daily. I'm doing that through the content that I'm experiencing. So it's really incredible. And I have a client that I'm helping coach through his process as well. Daily mastermind call. Well, as you see, this is the Sidekick Mastermind. And the purpose of it is to help current and future billionaires to solve problems and serve others. And it's also about the people. But I don't know how popular this podcast is going to really be because of the unique nature of it. I don't think that many people are going to want to learn this stuff. They're just going to want it to work in their life. They're just going to want to have harmonious happiness. So they need a system so that this is built into their life, so that these habits are built into their life, so that they're not thinking about it too much. Because as much as I think about it, I think that's part of my problem as well. That's keeping me from happiness. My point is to build cities where people are living, working, playing, loving, learning, paying it forward, where they're being inspired to innovate, to create a raving fan experience, to be resourceful by having a simple business model, celebrating the milestones, using the best tools, and then having these additional habits. People should attend events daily. That should be a habit. Not daily necessarily, but attend events often. And this is something I struggle with, so I try to do online events where I can interact with people. It's about interacting with people. And that's something I've really got to work on more. And then being all in your life and life's work. I don't think I could be more all in my life and life's work than I am right now, because I wake up and all day long it's dedication. It's insane. So I'm really excited that this episode had so much information. I hope that it helped you, because it helped me, actually. It helped me bring some things to light that now the next step I'm finally ready to kind of push forward into these more interactions. Marketing. I need to have more marketing, and holding a webinar. Holding a webinar would be a good idea, but I kind of am doing that with my podcast. I mean, I'm not selling anything, so I maybe should put together a sales webinar. This isn't really a marketing podcast. I'm just kind of working through some of my thoughts of where I'm at. No one really is on this podcast yet. My only successful podcast at the moment is the Law of Success Mastermind. And that's just getting organic reach because of Napoleon Hill, I guess. And I'm just reading. The other ones haven't even really shown up in people's search results. But this mastermind, the Sidekick Mastermind, I think is my favorite podcast, because it's about the 21 Habits of the Happy Hero Pact, living on purpose, suicide of the wussy within. And that's what I have to constantly remind myself whenever I'm just being a baby, like struggling in my self-pity. I mean, I've got to live on purpose, and I've got to do this, what I'm doing. My mission is to help feed, house, and empower 1 billion people to live, work, play, love, learn, and pay it forward through happiness, health, and selfless abundance. So what that means is exactly what it says. And the way I'm doing that is through spaces, through villages, through cities. Villages are so crucial to this. I don't think people quite understand how significant villages are going to play a role in this. So I appreciate you all. And I am going to actually go back and re-listen to this episode myself, because it had some interesting tidbits. So thank you. I appreciate you. Goodbye.